Boom. If that doesn't get you ready for Saratoga racing, I don't know what does. Magic Jared Welch here with you. Jared, we're finally on the track for race 8 at Saratoga, but let's real quick talk about the first 7 races. If you were a Racing Dudes subscriber, you used the guide, you're buying dinner tonight is what you're doing.
I text Halterman. I was like, because he's there, I said, you better not be buying a single drink while you're there right now. And because he said people have been coming up to him all day. Since we hit that pick 5 and pick 4 and buy them drinks. And yeah, the guide, if you bought the guide, if you're a subscriber, you're playing the guide. Hopefully you guys were in on that early pick 4, early pick 5. The pick 5 paid, I think it was like 86, something like that. And 8,500 on a $120 wager. The pick 4 paid like 1,600 something for I believe it's a $48 wager. $48 wager returned 1,630. $120 wager returned 8,577. So 10K on the first 5 races. It's not a bad way to start.
So what you're saying is if you hit that pick 4, pick 5, you just sit back and enjoy the rest of the day, and whatever hits because you're up for the day.
We haven't got to the races that we have the biggest opinions in, So
right.
Now it's a good feeling because if you were able to cash in on that, now you can really press some of these opinions here in this next the next half of this Dyna Drive. That was it. It's huge. Came up the rail there, just got up. It was just an epic finish. Because you kind of thought you had it home still with that the 7, but then the 3 ballooned it. So yeah, that was unbelievable. And yeah, like I was saying, you can press these opinions here coming up in some of these big races with Matt Torrea and of course in the Whitney between Life is Good or whoever you want to play there, and in the Saratoga Derby. So hey, we got rain. Halterman's there. I don't know if he's getting, maybe his phone, that's what's wrong with him, because or maybe he's drunk, I don't know, but we have rain at Saratoga. Is that affecting how you're looking at any of these races?
It's affecting how I'm looking at him down there in the bottom. He's a little thrown off there. It didn't affect how I really looked at these, just because it came on so suddenly and my bets are in. And I had, like you said, Jared, our most confident opinions were already kind of moving forward. I mean, the dirt races, we like horses with speed, so we don't have to worry about horses with kickback. Matter Ray is not a front runner, but she does like to be close to the lead. Life is Good. We're expecting to go gate to wire in the Whitney. So yeah, I'm feeling okay about this. How about you?
And shoddy, the sun's out too. Like that's Saratoga. It will rain. I looked at the radar too earlier, and it's just like it'll rain, and then sun will come out. It might rain again. So yeah, no, it doesn't affect anything. You look at the, I think if you were trying to decide between, say, Life is Good and Olympiad, and one of them was very proven on a wet track or something, then maybe that could help sway you in that direction. But there really isn't that angle here. I guess, you would argue that the turf horses might benefit, especially the Euro turf. Maybe they benefit a little bit from it, being that they like the yielding and the softer turf. But we'll see. Right now it's like, what can you do?
Well, they are finally going to the gate as the showers are coming down here. The big favorite, actually holding it 8-5. I'm impressed, actually, even though his Todd Pletcher stablemate on the rail scratched. St. Tappet, 8-5 favorite, had that super impressive debut. It's a son of Tappet out of the champion mare Havre de Grace, who really hasn't had many successful. Well, she's had a couple okay, but this is already looking like her best one. If you're playing this, Jared, do you single him here? I went 3-8.
Yeah, I don't think you need to get too. I like that. We talked a little bit about that last time. That horse that he beat, that Golden Alchemist, came back to win impressively, and I think that boded well for St. Tappet. So that kind of got me on that direction. I like the 8. I like the 7 money supply too.
Well, they're off. We'll see how these horses do. It was tricky too with St. Tappet. He has one race, one start, and looked great. But now we're facing older winners at Saratoga. He's in a great position, though. I'm going to crack a beer here.
Oh, there you go.
Cheers to you.
It's about that time for me, too. You started it.
It's beer 30 over here at the house.
It's always beer 30 at my house.
But. All I have left, I'm not a big fan of mango beer, but that's all we have left. So.
Oh, well, that's not mango beer time at my house. It's all right. We're St. Tappet.
He's being asked, but he's in a good spot. If he's got the talent, he should win this. But who's that horse to his inside that's got the jump on him?
That is who is that? I can't
With a
tell.
10.
10.
American Gentleman.
Well, yeah, he's
It's
he's
not a Warlike
definitely
Goddess ride for Joel. He's definitely moving this time.
Yeah, that Osborne looks pretty good there coming on to his outside if he's got any kind of, it'll be interesting because
we got an insider, 6 horse on the inside.
Yeah, look at this. They went, the 8 goes a mile wide there. See if he can get home with talent alone, but I don't think.
Oh boy, he's got it. Can you hold off this 9? Hold off this 9. Hold off this 9. Come on, hold off this 9.
Now
got him.
That's pure talent winning that race right there.
Yes, it is. Look at the 9, by the way, would head cock the entire stretch. Play him back. That horse just
pure talent. Right. And that horse is green as hell. Like you can see he's weaving and goes in and out. And once he got, that horse has got a ton of upside. That's a very impressive. Might not look impressive, but considering, like you said, only the one start, that's hey, we're still alive, baby. Let's get this one.
Craig says that was easy. This is awesome. So we were talking before about how this is a day that kind of looks a little chalky in the stakes races. So you got to really press your opinions. We had a chalk winner there. We had a chalk winner here. But if you're like, the Racing Dudes team, we went pretty short in these legs and we pressed our opinions. So looking pretty good. But yeah, St. Tappet, man, what a nice pull away in the stretch there.
Yeah, it kind of looked for a second like the horse may, you could definitely tell that, that Sias, he acted like a young horse or a new horse that's, kind of learning to run a little bit because he asked him a lot of the race and kind of had to get him going. And even there for a second, it looked like, okay, it's not going to be his day. He went way wide. But like I said, talent alone he just kept going. He's a horse that surely looks like just keep stretching this horse out, just let this horse continue to go longer because he's got a ton of talent, it looks like.
It's interesting that the 2 Anejo gets up there because the rest of the horses there were all 3-year-olds with not much experience. You like the 7 Money Supply and was taking the blinkers off for Chad Brown, only his 5th career start. He's clearly looking like a couple low for Chad Brown right now compared to the riches he has for the 3-year-old. St. Tappet reminds me a little bit of Charge It, and it's not just because it's Sias riding, it's Pletcher training, and it's the same owner, Whisper Hill Farm, but a horse that has a lot of talent, is by Tappet and just needs that time to mature. And, this horse could really, I don't want to say this horse could be any kind, but the fact that he's looked so good at 6.5 and 7, Jared tells me, Dirt Mile, Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile should be the year on goal for this horse. I think he'd be stellar in that.
Yeah, and like I said right before they went out, we talked a lot about this race, the race prior, like I guess at least what would benefit the horse on Dudes Who Bets back when Golden Alchemist was about to run in that first race at Saratoga. We talked about how Haley got beat by, St. Tappet last time out, and that really bodes well for St. Tappet because St. Tappet kind of did what he wanted to with him that day. And so, yeah, that's only benefiting to that, making that horse look more impressive. He could be a lot of things. I mean, obviously he's a 3-year-old, so he's very lightly raced as a 3-year-old. I wouldn't, it's one of those. What do you think? Like, it's obvious you can't rush him too much. He's, we know how Tappets are, and you're going to stakes. You're going to stakes level, right? Next, what are you going to next?
That's a good question. I mean, you don't want to go, I think 7 furlongs, especially now, 7 furlongs to a mile and an eighth is too much. I mean, I think you go 2 turns and you figure out what's a nice spot. I don't know. I can't remember New York's schedule off the top of my head. So I'm sure there's something, maybe I want to say, doesn't Parks have something on Pennsylvania Derby Day? It's like a mile race, something like that. I think you might have to test him against older horses in a stakes race. I don't know that you can find a mile long 2-turn 3-year-old stakes race this late, but very impressive, and cannot wait to see, what Pletcher's going to be able to do. Someone like Pletcher too is a great trainer to have this horse, right, Jared? Because he's going to take his time progressing it, spotting it correctly. Already has done that so far. So it's very exciting when a trainer like Pletcher has one like this too.
Well, yeah, there's literally zero, rush to try to get him into something because he's obviously got tons of options with some of his 3-year-olds he's already got and, older. So it's like they can kind of do what they want with him and not have to rush to feel like they need to get to like a Breeders' Cup race or whatever it is, and let him mature. So yeah, I think he definitely seems like a horse that's going to want, he's going to be that classic distance horse. But we know how, like I said, how those tablets are. You got to be careful with them. Obviously, took him a while to get to the track, so let's make sure we keep him on the track.
Yeah, I'll be careful with him too. The Racing Dudes text chain, by the way, is blowing up. Mike Somich isn't here to give his opinions, but Mike Somich is just as excited as the rest of us are. Aaron Halterman, there he is. He's live at the track. Buddy, let's go to you. What was your opinion of that horse kind of seeing it live?
He didn't look bad. I don't know, look good, right? Like, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a really good horse. He beat a horse that won by like 12 last time out. Shit, that's what he's supposed to do. He looked good.
Yeah. Rob brings up nice stable him up for Somich, and he did. Yeah, Somich had that as a stable up horse, saying that no matter where he went, you're going to want to play that horse. So,
where are they going next, Halterman?
I think they're going to Pennsylvania Derby next, brother.
He's getting aggressive.
Take down your horse Tabor, brother. You're beating Tabor 9-1, man. He's going to take that motherfucker down.
He ain't beating Tabor.
I think that horse is better than Tabor for sure.
Oh, come on. Shots fired.
Hey, brother, I made like 10 grand. I don't care anymore. Like, right? Tabor can win. That horse can win. Your mom can win. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know you made all this money today at the track, but have you had to buy any drinks? So I was wondering.
Not one drink, man. Jason Hommel gave me a big hug. A couple other people did. It's been good, man. Look at this right over here. That's where we're hanging, Paddock Bar.
How's the rain situation?
I used this card once today, brother. So it's been good.
You always know, like, yeah, Shai, when he starts calling me brother, that he's having a good time.
Hey, I'm having a good time. We've had a lot of fun. The guide's been good. Y'all need to buy that shit. And it's been good, man.
Brother.
It's been good.
Hey, is it looks like it's gonna rain again, or we think you're good? What's your weather forecast?
Listen, man. We had our rain. It's over. It's not gonna do it again. We're fine. We did have a good rain, but you know what? It's dry here, so we'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. I think it's gonna be good. Hulk Hogan, exactly. And yeah, so it's good, man. I mean, we're doing good. We've had some fun. The rain was wicked hard. Like, look at this hair. Look at this hair. It was wicked hard, but it's fine now. We're drinking. Jason just said he's got one for me, so we're good. Everything's good.
Cheers.
I guess I'm the odd one out. I guess I need to go get one.
Hey, Jared, you want to go grab a drink? I was going to bring up the Warlike Goddess race. We can talk about her for a minute if you want, because that was a race before this. Aaron, you want to talk about that? You were there live for it.
What do you want me to talk about, brother?
For Warlike Goddess.
Well, listen, if you played against her, it's like, well, what do you expect? Really good horse, right? I mean, really good horse, facing horses that weren't that good. She ran really well. I was with, I can't remember the guy's name. Some guy named Steve, I think it was his name. And I'm like, he had the 2 and the 6. I'm like, well, your 6 is screwed because the 6 is like way close. And there's no way Warlike Goddess is going to close into this, right? So that's just what it was, man. Like, it definitely, look, you go into this race and it's like she can't lose, and she ran like it. Like, a lot of people are like, well, there's no pace, so we'll try to play against her. Give me a break. Like, come on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right?
I mean, it's a 1.5 mile turf race in New York here, and if it has any pace, it's not that race. It's not. It just doesn't exist. And she's never had really much pace other than the Breeders' Cup in her entire career. So I always love that argument. People are like, oh, she didn't have pace. Show me one race where she's had pace to chase and she still won.
Honest to God, dude, like, pace at a 1.5 mile race is extremely overrated because they all kind of bunch up in a 1.5 mile race no matter what.
As you see here on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, if you are a pace horse and you can flat run, sure, maybe you can go gate to wire. But when you bunch up like this, you leave everybody into the race, and you're going to tell me that Warlike Goddess can't close 2 or 3 links on these horses in front of her? Give me a break. It's going to be easy, and that's what she did. I mean, she's a good horse. It's a good day, man. You know, it's just fun, man. I wish you were here, Magic. Shit, I've had 7 people. I'm counting. 7 people have said, where is Magic? And I said, I don't know.
He's lost. Magic's running the ship today. That's what's happening.
Yeah, but if you were here, you could run the ship from here, and that's the key.
I don't know. Your internet's been kind of spotty.
Listen, brother, look at this. Look at this. Look at this place.
It's pretty beautiful.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
Amazing place.
All right. Well, congrats to Greg. I see Greg in the chat, regular commenter. Good to see you, buddy. Greg says he had Warlike Goddess over Temple to City Terror, so you hit that exacta.
Temple was way too high of a price, so that's good. That's very good. We had her in second or third. I can't remember on the guide. I've had a lot of drink, but I thought
Sure.
that horse ran really well. You had her in third. Yeah, sure. That horse is not a bad horse, Temple City Terror, right? Like, she's classy, but you just can't beat that 6 horse. Like, that horse, the 6, probably should have won the Breeders' Cup race last year, if not for an early move, right?
Right.
So she's not going to win this, or she's not going to lose this race here unless she's done, and she's certainly not done.
What else have you seen today that impressed you? Because I know you're live, and I want to let you go get a drink in a second. What else has been good for you?
I've seen a lot of ladies, and they've impressed me quite a bit. Congratulations to all the ladies out here today at Saratoga. It's been a good day for them. I saw Jason Hommel. Jason, say hello. Yes, he's taking a picture. Hommel hit that pick 5 on the guide. I'm impressed by him. He's been drinking. He's been buying me drinks. Who else? Ricky, go get me a drink, brother. So I mean, it's been really good, man. I mean, it's a good time. As far as being impressed with horses, I thought the Mott horse in the second race ran a pretty good race. That horse got headed. Second start, going to the dirt, coming from Brad Cox, from synthetic to the dirt. Got headed.
A lot of obstacles.
We're like, oh no, that horse is done. He just rebroke, really. So I thought that was a really impressive performance. But listen, the really impressive performances are coming. Like, I can go on and on about St. Tapit, but you guys saw it. Like, St. Tapit's a freak. Beat a freak last time out with that Chad Brown horse. Now we're getting the big ones. Maturea, Life is Good. Those horses in the Saratoga Derby, right? I mean, so we'll see what happens there, but, like, it is what it is, right?
Shadi says Aaron's getting more drinks bought for him than a girl on her 21st birthday today.
Rick. Yeah, you. Yeah, Rick's getting the next ones. Rick's getting the next ones.
All right. Well, Aaron's going to go chase down the intern, get him a drink. Buddy, we'll check in with you in a little bit.
Real quick. Hold on. Do you want me to – I'm going to position in the paddock bar for the horses to walk through. You want me to come back when the horses walk through for the test?
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll have Aaron here live joining us to give us live looks at who's washy in the paddock.
All right, cool. I'll see you guys then. Bye.
See you in a bit, buddy. All right.
We can play, is that wash or is that water? We can play that game later. So.
Actually, there you go. Yeah. Is it rain or is it sweat?
Yeah.
Welcome back. What'd you get to drink?
I got me a little whiskey and Fresca with my
whiskey and Fresca. Nice.
Yep. I'm out of lemonade. I'm kind of in a Fresca hit these days. So, it's not soda. I don't like to drink soda very much. It's a whatever you call it, like
sparkling water,
sparkling water type thing. So it's nice. It's refreshing. It's hot as balls in Missouri, so it's like
that's when it's great too. That's when Fresca's. But yeah, Fresca was a big thing for me growing up in the summertime, and then just recently when Celeste was pregnant, that was something that I remember she started drinking because it didn't have caffeine, and so that mixed with tequila and a little lime juice, you get a really nice Paloma that way too.
I don't hate that. Anything, honestly. Hey, I heard the talk a little bit about Warlike Goddess, and I just had to add my input to that. That was truly, truly impressive. Like, you're watching, and even we can all criticize Rosario from time to time, right? And you're like, dude, that fucker is just sitting on her. Like, he's not doing it. Even whenever they get to the 16th pole, finally. And he's like, horses all, and you're like, oh shit, she's just so good. So good. It was a really, really smart ride as well from Rosario to keep that 2 inside behind those the 2 front horses. And then he had Warlike Goddess, who's massive. blocking the 2 from getting anywhere out. Not that I don't think it really would have mattered. She clearly was much the best, but here you can watch. Well, whenever when she gets kind of back around, she does a really good job of. But
I'll fast forward it.
Yeah, there you go, right there. You can see right there. The Warlike Goddess is there on the outside, and he's keeping that 2 inside. He's making sure Irad cannot get out at all, making that horse stay behind those 2 tucked back. And then finally, whenever they kind of hit the turn, he starts to just say, "Okay, go," and then you make that 2 basically come around and try to. Like I say, I don't think it mattered at all, because I think Warlike Goddess is just way more talented horse, but he definitely rode the shit out of that one.
Yeah, this was just an absolute beautiful thing to watch. I noticed, like when you were pointing it out too, on the backstretch the second time, Rosario made sure that she was closer and kept that 2 within range. And at this point, if you bet the 2, you know you're toast. 6 got a clean run, and you got stuck behind her by your own stablemate. The 3 kind of screwed her a bit there, but I don't know how much chance she really had.
And then right here, it's like, okay, now she's close to even terms with the 6, and then you're like, nope, sorry, see ya. So,
was there any point, honestly, when you were nervous because this is Rosario riding when Julien Leparoux has been her regular rider since the start?
I wasn't ever nervous. I got nervous. I was a little nervous, I should say, but when I could tell Rosario was not doing anything, I knew that she had tons, she was loaded. Plus, the pace was so slow. What do you do with her, though? Obviously the goal, right, for all these horses, any of these horses right now, are get them to the Breeders' Cup. She got to the Breeders' Cup after being so good. I mean, she won 4 in a row last year, going, kind of just dominated all year, and then went into the Breeders' Cup, and she ran good race. But it's like my sister Nat and Loves Only You just kind of outclassed her a little bit there at the end. So is it a matter of she just doesn't run very well in the Breeders' Cup? Can she handle that? She is not tested all year, and then she gets in that and she gets a really good test. So they've definitely kept her a little bit more lightly raced. Obviously, that was only her second start this year. So you kind of feel like Maude is trying to get her to round into form at the Breeders' Cup, seems like. But I don't know. It's just something, she likes Keeneland, so that's a benefit as well.
You there?
What'd you do? And now he's muted. I don't know. I'll take over. Can people hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry. And Aaron screwed everybody up. He was messing with it there. Yes, madness, Craig. I'm sorry. That was Aaron. No, look at the final time. She went 22-3 in that final quarter. Like, what? Yeah, I'm with you. I think, a mile and a half. Let's see. The Flower Bowl is about 3/8. She won that race last year at Saratoga. She'll probably go there again. And then the Breeders' Cup being at Keeneland, she's won the Bewitched Stakes there twice. So, like you said, it's a good spot. Remember at Del Mar, it's tight turns, it's a short turf stretch, and she was dead last in the field of 12 trying to close. Like, she got beat and she got passed late there, but it wasn't an ideal setup for her. So the fact that they bring her back at age 5, it's clearly there's one goal, it's the Breeders' Cup. So
yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that they took her to the Bewitched last year and this year, and she rolled at Keeneland. So she'll definitely be, if she can go and win one more prior to the Breeders' Cup, she'll be tough for sure. I mean, obviously the turf division is really hard, the Philly Mare turf, because we know the Euros will come in with a few. So I don't know. I was really impressed with that effort. Really impressed. We're about to see, let's hope, I think we're going to see another really nice effort here coming up in 9 minutes. Matt Torreya, not 2-5, no shocker there. Is she, I think there's no way she can lose. I think you feel the same, but is there, how good is she? Or is it more like she's not really facing anything in here either? She's kind of been lucky in that aspect.
Yeah, I don't love that she's spotting weight. She's carrying 124 pounds. You don't love that she's breaking from the rail and isn't a true speed horse. Gun straight to the lead. She went to the lead in the Acorn because that Kozulu scratched late, so there was really no speed. But if you look at who's beaten her, Secret Oath, Grade 1 winner, went to the Preakness Stakes. Marissa's Lady, multiple stakes winner at age 3. And then Juju's Matt beat her in the Grade 1, which was her first start after breaking her maiden on debut, which would have been a tough task for her anyway. You have to be basically a Grade 1 or a super stakes winner to beat Matareya. I don't see that in this field right now. I just don't see anybody in this field. The 4 Wish You Well possibly could be at one point, but I mean, our best choice is Elm Drive, who's out here because you can't get Grade 1 placing, dirt sprinting in California. So let's go to New York and see if we can get that done for her. I don't know. What about you, Jared?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any way she can lose. Oh, here we go. Let's look at the.
All right, we're gonna go live here. Aaron's muted so that we can. Oops, that's not what I want.
There she is.
Let's do this one. There's Matareya. Wow, she looks good. Brad Cox is all dressed up with the blue tie. Yep.
He's ready to get his picture taken.
He is. He's got his picture taken clothes on. There's Elm Drive. Listen, I don't think Elm Drive is a bad choice to hit the board. She's definitely made for one turn, and Phil D'Amato is clearly the top trainer in California right now. Just wish you well. November Rain. Love the name. I know this was it you or it was Somich did this?
Somich got, and the dudes who bet daily, he picked the 1-5 cold exacted for his best bet. So there you go.
That's right. Hot Pepper's going by as a lot of people's popular pick, but Rudy Rod is 0 for everything right now. So if she wins, it'd be a real big surprise. Chi-Town Lady, and then Aaron, just keep it there. I want to see all the people coming by. See if anybody does something funny. See if you can get people to wave at you. Come on, get them to wave, Aaron. Somebody wave.
Come on.
Nobody wants to wave at Aaron? That guy's waving at other people. You can't get him to wave at you? Okay.
That was a good try.
Blue polo.
I appreciate this effort. This is a solid effort by him.
I don't know anybody else.
I don't know anybody else. All right. Well, there they are. That's the field right now for the test. They're going out. We got 6 minutes to post. Matareya, 2-5 morning line, 2-5 odds here. David Aragona nailed it right on the money there, so to speak. She might dip down to 1-5 here, but would you play her to win, or is the Mike Somich method or the daily double method? Is that the way to go here? Yeah,
I would. You can't play her to win at 2. I mean, she's going to win, I think, but you'd have to bet a lot of it. And just I'm not interested in doing that. I'm more interested in playing a cold exacta like Somo did, or obviously playing her into Halterman, his best bet. We can go to that too. His best bet was her with Life is Good, that exacta, which I can look. Let me pull up here in a sec. But that's you got to play. You got to play a double. You got to do something. I'll be honest. You tell me how crazy I am. I don't think she can win by any stretch of the imagination, but I know Somich likes that 5 underneath, and I get it, being a horse that's going to be speedy, going to be there late, but what if can Chi-Town Lady get up for second?
I mean, I think you definitely could see it happen. It's a horse that Wesley Wars has wanted to keep sprinting. Rosario riding, you always have to pay attention to that. Excuse me. She hasn't really shown a ton of ability really since her 2-year-old season, early in her 2-year-old year. So it would be a surprise. But if we're talking about who's hitting the board at this point, it's kind of open. You can kind of go wherever you want. Yeah, and really it's more of a hunch play than anything, because you kind of wonder if I don't like the 7 furlongs. That might be the biggest downfall to that thought process. But being a turf horse, debuted on a good track, maybe this horse kind of likes this surface a little bit, and she kind of likes to do her thing late. So maybe she, gets up there, 10 lengths behind the one and gets that exacted. But that, that you're really throwing darts at that point. Maybe you play a 1 over 5-7 exacted there and but you're going to have to pound it. Speaking of 1-5, Matareya just dipped down to 1-5 there. Nice. Yeah, we were talking about doubles and exactas that we were recommending for people. We can do pressed pick 3s and pressed pick 4s. I've got a pick 5 that right now is singled to her and then singled to Life is Good next, and other pick 3s. I'm pressed pretty heavily, so my voice might get to sound a little shaky, Jared, just because there's a lot of money that it's like Mike Somich can handle this sort of thing, and it's not Somich level money, but this is, it's a little tense for me right now.
That's a lot of money for you. Okay.
Listen, Jesus says if Matt Araya loses, he's going to eat his sandals. Though to be fair, I think half the pictures I saw of Jesus back in the day, he did not have sandals on. He was barefoot.
Jesus, thank you for tuning in.
By the way, Jesus not a fan of Life is Good. He thinks that Life is Good is going to lose.
I don't like that. I'm a big fan of Jesus, but I don't like that you don't like Life is Good. So that's an issue. The probables for the 1-5 is $9, 1-7 $9. So you're kind of getting your pick there in terms of the dollar exacta. Let me look at some will pays here for the the probables for the double. The one with who did Halterman? Oh, it's a 6, right? Yeah, you're getting $2 on that one. So not great.
What's the pick 4 will pay looking like?
Pick 4 will pay to who?
To Matt Araya, I'm sorry.
$19, $18.90.
1, 2, 3. Oh, times 4. Okay. There we go. That's a good one. I'm going to pull a Saratoga Slim here. I got a 6, 7, 14 times
great.
on the pick 3.
It's not great. We
didn't expect that with her.
Yeah, the pick 5 is paid. Here's the kicker though. The pick 5, which the dudes,
because it's got race 5 in it. That's why
the dudes are live too with Matt Araya, $829.50 for $1. So, $410 off of a $64 wager. We go again on this thing. So we also have the pick 4. We are live to that. It was only a $32 ticket. We also have the 6 in that one. So that would be $225 if the 6 were to win that. So yeah, we're live to a bunch of stuff still. Let's hope we can get Matt Araya home though. Yeah,
this is a big key, I think, for a lot. This and the next race, the Whitney Stakes, these are the big keys for a lot of this stuff. But hey, if you're joining us, thank you so much. By the way, almost 500 of you watching us live, and we're just now to the first of the big 3 races. So do us a quick favor, leave us a like on the video. That gets even more people involved with this. And we're all about, if you're new to this, we're all about having fun in the chat and taking, seeing what everybody's got. So let's do that real quick. Javier is going completely away from the chalk. He's going to go 2-6 box with sterling silver and hot peppers. If that pays, what's a 2-6 paying there? That's 16-1 and a 6-1.
The 2. What do you say? 2-6.
2-6. Yeah.
2-6. Hang on. I'm off. I got off of it. Keep going. I'll get back to you.
That's all right. We got Raptor Chris here with the 1-6 exacta. Oh man, I wish your picture was a little bigger there. That looks like you got some cool graphics there. Jesus says he doesn't. It's nothing against Life is Good. He just prefers the thug life. Listen. It's okay. We love the thug life here. Vishal 1/5-2. So some love for sterling silver in here. It wasn't a horse that I gave too much credence to, but did you look at the 2 sterling silver at all?
Not really. No. The one. What do you say? 2-6 is about $100
for $1. There you go. All right.
There you go.
So Javier, whatever you paid that for, good luck down there. Shadi is going to go 3-1. Elm Drive. Elm Drive worries me a little bit here. Of all the horses in here that worry me, it's Elm Drive, because I know what Phil D'Amato's been doing in California. I don't trust that form coming over here, and there's not a race I can point to that says it's better than Matt Araya.
Yeah, $32 on that one. So
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the bottom line is the strategy is great for everybody here. Either you're playing Matt Araya as a free square and you're moving on, or you're pounding her with an exacta or a cold try, or you're just plain and simple trying to beat her, get her in second, or if you completely leave her off and somehow that gets home, then well done. That's all it's going to take. So yeah, I don't think she can lose. I think drawing the rail, being she's got a lot of early speed. She's very tactical. She's she proved the Acorn was a good example. Like, I get that it wasn't the greatest of fields, but small field, scratched down, and she just kind of cruised and did her own thing. Don't forget, this horse is coming in off a 4-race win streak and has not lost. I mean, every race she has won has been by 5 1/4, 8 1/2, 2 1/4, 6 1/2. Like, she's just destroying the shit out of the fields.
Lori says it perfectly. I was just about to say that. What a day so far. Yeah, we hope that you've been playing the Racing Dudes Inside Track to the Whitney Stakes wagering guide, because it has been an absolute day. And let's keep it going. Matarraya 1-5 going into the gate here. I do want to throw back real quick to Junebug. Junebug bringing up the 4 Wish You Well, taking a flyer at 16-1. Jared, this is a horse that debuted at 7 furlongs. Looked like a beast. If you scratch off the sloppy effort, maybe she hated the off track. A step forward from that debut effort makes her really scary here.
Well, you're not going to like the track the way it is right now, then, if that's the case, because it's looking like although
it's halfway between those two things.
I know, and I hate that, honestly. You know what? That's sometimes the worst when you don't really know which one it is. It's almost that mid-level one. But yeah,
KC Crypto James has got more singles than a Vegas stripper today, and that's how you press your opinions. If you're right, well, you can go to Vegas and meet some strippers.
KC, that's my favorite way to play. Honestly, days like this are what I love, because you get to press your opinions and, get to hopefully be right? So, all right. Looks like they are almost all in the gate.
See what happens here in the grade 1 test stakes. Oh, we can't get the 7 in. Let's get the Chi-Town lady in.
Come on, girl. Let's do this.
KC Crypto James, by the way, Life is Good as the 6 horse, and that's Jared's, Aaron's best bet was into the double. So somebody's best bet. I can't remember. So we're with you on that one, James. We love it. All right, we're in. Everybody settle down.
You settle down.
There we go. Nice break from the 1. Chi-Town lady already has said no. She doesn't have a race today.
She's hopefully she closes. Yeah, Pratt didn't seem real adamant about getting to the lead there, so we'll see.
No, and she, if you look back at her, what was it, 2 back and the 8 bells going 7 at Churchill Downs, she was in a similar position like this. Now she was more outside, but she was mid-pack early and had no problem.
Yeah, we'll see how fast they're going. 22 and 3.
It's not
hot peppers. That's the fear, right? That's a lot of people like hot peppers in this race. Let's see. They got to be. It's the second quarter has to be fast.
Flavian's, she's moving very nicely in that turn.
He's definitely getting her in the.
Well, come on. She was moving. Keep her moving. The 7, Chi-Town lady just suddenly uncorked a huge move, but Matarraya, where'd that rail move go? That rail just opened right up for her. Now get after this 6.
There you go.
If you're good enough.
Come on, Pratt. Get by her. Yeah. Come on. Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Come on.
Look at Chi-Town lady. Look at Chi-Town lady. I told you. Come on. Hold off Chi-Town. Oh, no. Oh,
she collided.
Oh,
no. Jared!
I told you.
So here's the thing. There's no way that stands, because Chi-Town lady knocked Matarraya completely off stride, but now Hot Peppers is going to win because she finished ahead of Matarraya. Wow. Now, how are you supposed to handicap that?
I told you Chi-Town lady is dangerous. Did not think she would win. Holy shit, she closed like a freight train. Wow.
I mean, that was a great move that she uncorked. There's no way that stands, right? It's too early to say if there's an inquiry, but she slammed hard into Matarraya.
Oh, yeah, you just hammered her. I mean, wow. Okay, well, sandals for dinner, Jesus says, so. There's no way that, because you could argue, and you could argue that the 1 was going to get by the 6 if the 7 didn't nail the shit out of it. Now she wouldn't have won either. If the 7 would have stayed straight, she probably would have gone right by the 1 too. But you could argue the 1 was getting ready to go by the 6. So you got to take down Chi-Town lady here.
Yeah, absolutely. She comes down, goes to 3rd. I wonder, looking at this, I do wonder if she ever was going to get past the 6 horse because the Hot Pepper still had some left in. And it looked like she was ahead of her there and then got completely thrown off stride. So where did that effort come from for Chi-Town Lady?
It has to be the track. It has to.
Well, let's take a look here. So based off of the time form number, she and Sterling Silver had the 2 best late figures. So I could see her coming up if there was a pace, but there wasn't really a pace meltdown. I mean, look at those. Shit, Jared, from the half to the 3/4, it took them 25 seconds.
It kind of seemed like, I don't know if it was the track as well, but it kind of seemed like Maturea was spinning her wheels.
There we go. There's the inquiry sign. I was like, you cannot possibly tell me we're not having an inquiry into this.
Yeah.
Wow,
well,
that's one of those times you just...
Go ahead.
You just got to cut your losses, man. This is why racing is hard.
Well, I was going to say the good news is we did use the 6 in the pick 4. So we did hit the pick 4. So there you go. Well, assuming 7 gets taken down.
So if you're watching, if you're watching us, we can't show it because we don't have the license for it, but they're showing the head on, and Stewart 4 box is going to be the key because they've got the closest. Oh,
yeah, she's got to come down. That was she just nailed her.
So Maturea got brought out a tiny bit by, I'm not saying that Hot Peppers is in trouble, but Hot Peppers came out a little bit. I don't know that it's enough that
can we
look like it was enough.
Hot Peppers and Chi-Town, please.
Imagine the conspiracies that come out if that's what happens. They take down a 2-horse DQ to put the 1-5 favorite.
Yeah.
See, yeah. So they definitely Maturea loses her stride on that hit.
No doubt about it.
She was getting pushed out by the 6, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here. What do you guys think? What's going on? I see Crypto James. We would love if they did take them both down. I don't know. Kevin B says, I walked away, had 617. Is there a chance? There's a very strong chance. There's a very strong chance. But it is Naira. Good.
We'll see. What's the over-under on how long they look at this thing?
Yeah.
Definitely a chance, though. I would be shocked if the 7 stays up. The thing is, it
wasn't a big gallop out.
I think you put the 7 third, right?
Yeah,
because I think you can't DQ the horse completely and put it last because
no. Well, so the way a DQ would work is that if you don't know, is that it's only going to affect the horses. Like you get placed behind the horse that you affected. So Maturea finished 3rd originally, and that's who you chiefly affected. You then go behind that horse.
There's no way there should be no change because that was the definition of hurting a horse's chance to place.
She knocked Maturea down. Like Maturea stumbled. It's a very visible stumble. Now, here's the thing. What's funny about this is if they end up not making a change, play slightly. Ron, this is what I mean. On the top of your Castellano, did it much worse, he says. So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm never giving out another horse though, because apparently I completely ruined that.
We should just stick to baseball and CFL and do it super daily. Yeah. Actually, you do really well with the other sports too.
Hey, I didn't touch this race, so I'm glad that I didn't. But unfortunately, Halterman and Somich are dead. No matter what happens here.
This is interesting. Oh my God, they left it up.
Wow. Huh. All right. Well.
Hey, I love when people do this. Not official, Robert. 761. You got DQ'd. No DQ'd, I mean. Yeah. Wow is correct. See, here's the thing. So why, if you're watching this and you're watching our reaction, Jared and I don't have anything to gain by a DQ because we needed Maturea, and she's not moving up either way.
Yeah,
that's not right.
That's not right. Us. Yeah. No. I mean, Matre winning, which she wouldn't have been moved anyways. It's just, I don't know how you leave that. How do you leave that?
I don't think the 7 came over a whole lot. It's that when she came over, she made contact with Matre, and Matre almost went to her knees. I don't know. That's crazy. So everybody in the chat's having fun. This is what I was waiting for. I mean, I didn't watch Saratoga every single race. I don't understand how that horse stays up. I just don't understand it.
Well, we didn't have the pick 4 now, so there you go. Because we don't. No way did we use Chi-Town Lady on top. I don't know. Like, I guess explain to me what is a DQ then? Because isn't that the definition? The horse came flying, nailed the horse. Horse comes out of stride. Could argue that at the very least, it hurt the horse's chance to get second, right? Because the 1 got third now, based off of the actual final results. I think you have every right to argue that the 1 was going to get second, if not for that 7 nailing the shit out of her. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, if it wasn't, the 7 was going to go right by both of them, no matter what. I don't think that's a question. So that's the other side to it, right? You DQ her, even though she was clearly going to go by both of them, but it did hurt the chances of the 1 to get second. So I don't know.
Well, Mark, I was thinking this. The 6 did come over a bit. That had to have factored into it. And by the way, what Rudy Rod's got to be going, what do I need to do to win a race at Saratoga? Still hasn't got a win. And then you had the 6 horse there. Yeah. All right. So the 7 wins. It's going to be 7-6-1 is the final there. And Jesus says this means only one thing: life is good also loses.
Yeah.
Jesus
Twitter
always
is
the optimist.
Twitter is exploding, by the way. Twitter might blow up. Everyone's so hot about this. So I don't know.
That was a race. That was a race for sure.
That happened. Yeah.
All right, let's wash our hands of this. We got 25 minutes to the race that we all care about most. That's the Grade 1 Whitney Stakes, a 1.125 dirt race for, well, now it's 5 horses. It took them a really long time to. Sorry, Jared. I didn't mean for it to kill your face. It killed a lot of people's stuff. Trust me.
Yep.
Trust me on that one.
I thought we at least salvaged something out of that and hit that pick 4 with the 6, and nothing. So.
Field of 5, and for the Whitney Breeders' Cup winning urine for the Classic, this race did produce last year's Classic winner, Nick's Go, and a very similar horse to Nick's Go in terms of just the dominating effort he seems to put in every race. His life is good. We saw him return from Dubai, but he had that clearly Mount a Quarter in Dubai was not his thing that day. So comes back in the neighborhood stakes at 1 turn. A very nice prep for this race, Jared. How far does he win by is the real question.
Well, obviously the money is coming in on this horse. No shocker there. They're gonna turn for home, and this horse will be on the lead, and this will be a matter of if they can catch him. I don't think they can. 1.125. I think there's still question marks on the 1.5 or 1.25, I should say. But the 1.125, he's obviously proven. Let's not forget, like, the Breeders' Cup, Nick's Go rolls. Then they go straight to the Pegasus, and this horse absolutely embarrasses Nick's Go. And it wasn't like Nick's Go just didn't show up. Like, he got second, he tried, like he ran, he tried, what I mean? Like, we've seen horses that just don't show up and they don't, like, he embarrassed Nick's Go. Like, this horse has got speed. And so the question is Olympia has not faced a horse like this. What will he do when they get to the top of the stretch and it's like been chasing this horse the whole time? Can he find that gear to get to him? I don't know. I don't think he can. Olympiad's been great. This is a huge test for him. It's a monster race. And then let's not forget, like, Old Faithful, Hot Rod Charlie. He just shows up every single time. Can he kind of break through and finally win one of these big races? Because he seems like he can't quite win a huge race. He's good. He can't quite win one, though.
Yeah, Dubai World Cup, he had a great effort at Country Grammar, ran him down. You look at the Breeders' Cup Classic, he was the one horse that tried to challenge Nick's Go in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and he paid the price for it, fell off. it didn't quite work out for him. So, the Pennsylvania Derby, it was a grade 1 win, but he beat Midnight Bourbon. The Louisiana Derby, grade 2 win. He beat Midnight Bourbon. The Haskell Stakes, he didn't win because he got DQ'd because he tripped up Midnight Bourbon. So if you have trouble with other horses not named Midnight Bourbon, rest in peace, how are you going to handle Olympiad and Life is Good? If it was just Olympiad, no, you're still not even doing that.
Yeah, I mean this was just so impressive. If this happens today and he gets that kind of lead, if you have anyone else other than him, you're worried. You're extremely worried because there's speed and then there's a very short list. Flightline, obviously number 1. He's number 2 in my opinion. Life is Good in terms of just that deadly front end speed. So I don't think there's any question about what's going to have to happen here. He's going to go and they're going to try to catch him, and who's good enough. I don't think Hot Rod's good enough. I certainly don't think any of the others are good enough. Olympiad's the only question. We just don't know. You got to remember too, I think this is important. The fact, even though they waited far too long to scratch him, the fact that American Revolution was scratched, they basically said, Walden was like, we're not looking here to we don't think we can win, essentially.
What did he said, when you're facing when Michael Jordan's in the game, you don't guard him with the 10th best player. Or Michael Jordan's in the draft, you don't take the 10th best player.
I think he said LeBron.
LeBron.
Yeah, but basically, if LeBron, you can't beat him with a top 10 player kind of thing. And it was like, okay. So,
real quick, shout out to John. We saw this on Twitter. John's been playing our bets from Dudes Who Bet Daily, which is, other than that last race, we're not going to talk about it, but it's been great, including my CFL run. So, John, I'm glad to see you were cashing in on those Calgary Stampeders last night in the Diamondbacks. So, glad you could do that, John. I'm glad to see you there. All right. What do you want to watch next year?
Did you hit it?
Oh, he's talking about yesterday's.
Oh.
Today's hasn't happened yet. They have a night game tonight. Yeah.
I want to know if he's riding you again here. I mean, because surely you can't hit another one, right?
He is. It sounds like he is. He said, "Let's hit that CFL bet again." Hey, man, I'm on a 3-0 run now. The CFL.
So the biggest thing is, and not to keep going on this because we do have a big race here to talk about, but you damn well did. But everyone keeps talking about it did not affect the outcome of the race, and I don't see. On Twitter, I posted, how in the hell do you leave Chi-Town up? Whatever, and everyone said, well, it didn't affect the outcome of the race. How did it not? I get it didn't affect the winner of the race. Don't get me wrong. It did not. But it sure as hell affected the outcome, I think, right?
Well, because you could also argue, say you had bet, 6-1. Hi, Aaron. Hang on a second. Hey.
Did I take that horse?
Do we lose him again? All right. Aaron's going to go find a Starbucks real quick. This has been a fun day. Well, man, that was just like a dagger, and that's because of the money loss, because I'm trying to understand. So what we're going to explain is that if you had bet Madureira to finish second to Hot Chili Pepper or whatever, the 6 horse, if you had a 6-1 straight exacta, you got hurt. You got hurt by that no call. So it's not even the Madureira people that are having an issue with it. All right, here he is. Hi, Aaron.
Hello. Whoa, who won the race?
Not Madureira.
No, I know that. Man, she was awful, right?
She didn't look her best. That's for sure.
Did they take that horse down or no?
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You can't hear
No, they didn't take the horse down.
Are you kidding? No, listen, I met a guy from Joplin, Missouri, and we talked forever, and I was like, I don't really know what happened. So, wow, they didn't take that horse
They
down.
left the results as is. They left Chi-Town over Hot Peppers over Maturea.
I kind of thought Hot Peppers might get moved up to first. Did you guys not or no? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't think there's any question that Maturea wasn't going to win. I mean, I think Chi-Town was clearly. she should have won. But when the definition is, did it affect the outcome of the race? I think Maturea was about to pass the 6.
Yeah, me and this Joplin friend of mine were like, yeah, I think that horse is going to come down. Now, obviously, Maturea was just not good, but I thought the 6 was going to end up winning that race. Wow, that's unreal, guys. Well, that's what happens sometimes.
Yeah. That's all we can say about that.
For the Whitney, by the way, everybody. We're waiting for the Whitney.
It kind of feels like that on Twitter, anyways, like that people, it didn't affect the outcome of the race, and that they're kind of assuming that that means it didn't affect the winner. And I agree, it didn't. The 7 was going to cruise right by them all. Anyways, we got a big race to talk about. Let's get over that.
How's this view? You guys think you're going to see the horses from here?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Okay, cool. I just want to be a good view for you guys.
No, you've been great. Man, all right, let's talk about this. This is a good question. Jared Clemens bringing it back here. Olympiad, what does he have to float up to make him playable? He was 2-1 morning line. He's 5-2 right now. Jared, what would you play if someone wanted to play Olympiad? I know that's not you, but say Jared does. What would you recommend he wait for a price for Olympiad? I mean, is 5-2 a good price for him?
Yeah, 5-2 is a great price. Because honestly, you're probably 3-5 is too low on Life is Good. So I imagine that will even out a little bit. You got to think it's going to be somewhere in the 4-5 even money and 2-1, 8-5 on Olympiad, right? That's got to even out. But the early money, sure, 5-2 on Olympiad, you got to play that.
What do you guys think of those green pants that just went through?
We're talking about horses, not fashion, Aaron.
Okay, I'll mute myself.
That's the show-friendly version of saying, "Okay, I'll just go F myself." That's what he just said. Listen, let's stay on that note. What about Life is Good, Jared? He's very momentarily teased up to 4-5, and I wish we had fixed odds because I would have hammered him there. But 3-5, I think he's still playable. I think that's the right price, and probably is the bottom. What about you?
Well, as far as the price?
For Life is Good, yeah. What's the right price for him?
Like I say, I think it's somewhere in the 4-5 to even money range. He was 6-5 morning line. I don't think you're going to get that, but
no.
I think 4-5 even money is in the ballpark of what you can expect. Should you play him at that? That's dicey, right? I obviously my best bet on the Dudes Who Bet Daily, which if you haven't, you got to watch it. On our YouTube channel, my best bet was the Life is Good with the next race, a double with the €2 in the Saratoga Derby. Yeah, we have a grade 1 left after this one, guys. So that's kind of the way I'm playing it. I'm trying to get value. By the way, let me look at that up. But I think you need or play a Life is Good over Happy Saver. Play a Life is Good over.
I like that.
Hot Rod Charlie even is not going to be as good. But if Happy Savers came through horse in the past, right? With Flightline, maybe we can get it done again. I just don't think that the race sets up too good for Life is Good.
It really does. I mean, it's one thing that I kind of factored in my handicapping. Ultimately, why I decided to single Life is Good is here in the pick 5. I don't know that Olympiad has that many great performances left in him. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but if you watch like the Stephen Foster Stakes, like he looked impressive. He looked super impressive in this race, but he's been racing consistently since September last year at Saratoga. So, we're coming up on 11 straight months of racing, facing good horses, American Revolution, Proxy, Happy Saver, all over the place. So at some point, theoretically, the dam has to burst, right? At some point, this horse is going to have a race like Maturea, where it just didn't run that well and gets beat and then needs to take a break. So is this the race where that happens to Olympiad?
I've expressed a lot of concern for this on Blinkers Off over the last month or so. And it's concerning. There's no way he can stay at his peak level all the way to the Breeders' Cup. He's been so good all year. That's the concern, that even if he wins today, can he get to the Breeders' Cup in top level? Whereas you have other horses, obviously, that are trying to peak at the Breeders' Cup. He's been so good, and it's no fault of anybody. Now, the one thing he said, or that he has on his side, is Bill Mott. I mean, that guy, he'll get him there the best he can, right? There you go.
Yeah, Jared Clemens says it.
Jared, we get it. You get it. Okay, Jared. Jared's my boy. But no, yeah, I mean, Bill Mott, obviously, he knows a thing or two about getting the horse ready to fire.
So one thing that was noticeable to me when we watched the Stephen Foster, I think we all caught it too, is that was a fast pace, 23 flat, 46-2, and he sat second. And when they turn for home, all the speed is going to quit behind him. The problem is if he tries chasing Life is Good, for a couple of length or two behind him, going those fractions, Life is Good doesn't quit. He keeps going. He's like Nick's Go, right? He's going to keep moving. And you see Olympiad is, he's struggling because that did take some out of him there, chasing that early pace. So kind of along the lines of that too, Jared, the fact that he was chasing that early pace and, they all quit. He had enough to go. I listen, I don't want anything bad to happen. I love the horse. You've got to love Bill Mott. Ellen J. Fox was the owner. It's fantastic for the sport of horse racing. So it's nice to see good things happen to good people. From a betting perspective, though, Life is Good to me, I think just completely stands out here.
Let's see.
What about Happy Saver? You want to talk about him for a minute? I know he's someone that. So, well, actually, you know what? Horses are up. Let's go to Aaron because Aaron's going to have them come in just a second. Venom.
Take a guess with the 6'4" exacta pays.
6'4" exacta. $250 for
$4. I was a little surprised with how well that paid. So it's obviously the lowest, but it's $5 to Hot Rod, and then like I said, it's $14 to Happy Saver. So
all right, we got him coming by to see.
There's Hot Rod.
Oh, that's right. He starts it off. 3 is Zoomer. That's an interesting horse that it's almost like they claimed him for the Whitney. They claimed him for $50K and threw him in here.
I'm probably going to put him in the winner's circle, but that's the ultimate. Oh, there's Olympiad.
There's Olympiad. He looks stellar. Looks all class.
That's the ultimate filler horse.
Happy Saver looks like he doesn't want to be here. It's like, Oh, Life. I mean, look, Life is Good is one of the best horses on turf. Look at how good he is. He looks like that every time he's going to the track and is about to destroy.
He's ready to go. He's ready fucking to eat. Yeah, speaking
big dog gonna eat. Listen, he's 4 to 5.
Woo! 4 to 5. He's in playable range now.
Jesus, thank you for that push. Really appreciate it there. Let's just hang on this view for a little bit longer, Jared. Watch the people go by at Saratoga. Hey, there we go. Aaron getting some dabs. Green Pants not going to do it. All right, let's see what we got here. This guy. There we go. All right, everybody, we're live on Racing Dudes Live. Hey, let's get this other person.
Hey, get the girl in the hat.
She's live as well.
No.
Not him.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Old guy doesn't know how to dab. Oh, come on. You got 2 bros right here.
Fist bump written all over him. Fist bump written
all
over him.
Yep, there we go. All right. Yeah, this guy right here. He's going to definitely do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even try. That dude was totally going to do it. Did she do it? I couldn't
Come
see.
on. The old man does it. Oh, he did it. Wow.
Oh, the old man did it.
Wow. That was an upsetter right there. I did not see that coming. This guy right here.
By the way, over 600 people are currently watching Aaron get dabs at Saratoga.
Oh, no. You got the old hand thing. That was
oh, that was terrible. That was terrible.
You lost that one now.
You know what I love? We have 650 people watching Aaron get dabs at Saratoga.
They're tuning in thinking, what the hell is this? I thought this was the Whitney coverage.
There we go. All right. Oh, we got denied again. That guy looked like he was a little pissy. That guy looked like he had too much money on Matareya.
Is Aaron schnockered? I believe that would be a word for it. Yes.
He's at the paddock bar doing this. Yes.
Polly, we cashed in for $10,000 on the early sequences, and so ever since then, he may not remember who won these last races. So we might have to remind him tomorrow. Right? It is entertaining. I could do this all day. Forget the Whitney.
Hey, Sylvain's there. Sylvain wants Ricky to make a move.
Yeah.
Aaron says hi, Sylvain. Hey, is that Vinny right there too?
Looks like Vinny. Was that Vinny? Hey, can you hear us? Is that
Vinny? Vinny and his damn
that's Vinny's wife. Vinny's wife.
Yeah, no, don't show Vinny. Show Vinny's wife. No, go away. Go away.
Yeah, over. Move over from Vinny.
Go move.
Don't know who that is.
Hey, there's Jason Hummel.
Oh, that's Jason.
All right. There we go. Oh, listen.
Hey, can we just get Vinny's wife for a while?
Aaron, unmute yourself.
Wow.
That was not hook 'em horns. Aaron, that was rock on.
No, I don't think
That was
he would
funny, though.
ever. No matter how drunk he is, he's not hooking them. So,
all right, let's get serious here. We got 6 minutes. Zaina,
Yeah.
thank you for reminding us we have a job to do here.
wow, that was
very nice shirt for Vinny. Yeah. All right, Whitney Stakes. Let's see. We talked about Olympiad. Let's talk about Hot Rod Charlie. He's on the screen right now. I'll go ahead and pull up a video for us to watch of him. Let's go watch him in the Pennsylvania Derby last year. That was a pretty good effort. You've been a Hot Rod Charlie fan since he was a 2-year-old, right? At the end of his 2-year-old season there. What do you think about his chances, Jared? What's realistically his chances?
Well, yeah, like you said, there's no bigger fan than me on terms of Hot Rod. I love this guy. You know, it's amazing what this horse. You got to remember, this horse was 95-1 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and this horse is now acquired over $5 million in earnings, and just has been super consistent. You know, he runs his race every time. Like I said, I think the problem with him is he just can't quite win those big races. Yes, he won the Haskell. Of course, he got DQ'd, and he did win this race here that Magic's showing, the Pennsylvania Derby. But he did not. He couldn't. Clearly wasn't good enough in the Classic. He clearly wasn't good enough in the Derby. The Belmont, he ran a race that was so admirable. He ran his ass off in the Belmont and just got beat by a better horse. He ran great in Dubai and got beat by a better horse, and that's the concern. He'll run great, and now he's got 2 better horses that he's got to beat today, not just one. He's got to beat Olympiad and Life is Good, and that's the concern with if you like Hot Rod Charlie. Using him underneath all day. And by the way, if he wins and I lose all my bets, I don't care. I'll be so pumped. I love Hot Rod Charlie. I just don't think he's good enough to win one of these big races against a couple freaks.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. It's just, I mean, he's a fun horse. Like, and it was fun watching him battle with Midnight Bourbon, but there's always some reason for it too. Like in the Salvatore Mile, like he should not have lost that race, but we were like, oh, well, it was the return from Dubai, or it was this, or it was that. Like, you can come up with so many excuses for his races, and he's an amazing horse to own. They bought this horse for $110,000. He's earned over $5 million. Like, a great horse to own.
Oh yeah,
they've gotten so much out of him, but it's in a Grade 1 elite race like this, which. Let's look who Hot Rod Charlie beat. Midnight Bourbon, American Revolution, who we weren't going to play to win if he was here. Folsom,
right.
Bourbonic, Speaker's Corner, great at 1 turn. Like, none of those horses in this race, if they were here, would make you wonder. So,
by the way,
Lori says,
Halterman
I
had
like
one
this
job. Halterman had one job. He was supposed to give me pictures of all these horses, and clearly we have lost that.
Well,
he's going to post them on like our social and stuff, and clearly that has not happened.
He did give us some really great content.
That's true. That's true.
While he was, instead of that, so
I can't get too mad at him. I mean, he did do a good job, and everyone seems to like that content. But yeah.
All right, Based Outdoors. Based, I haven't seen you in a bit. Good. Oh shoot, Based likes Olympiad. Based is a good better. All right, he says he likes Olympiad. I'm going to do a small exacta bet here. I'm going to do Life is Good straight over Happy Saver, the 5 horse. That horse, I mean, first of all, it'd be a Pletcher exacta. And when Pletcher had 3 entries and he scratches one of them, Happy Saver loves to finish second. He's a horse that drives you crazy trying to play in these. But, the 6-5 straight exacta is paying 14-1. You got 12-1 odds on Happy Saver, and I don't like him to win. But if I'm going to get 14-1, that's a pretty good, a lot better than 4-5 on Life is Good straight up.
Yeah. Look at that. Let's see. What is it 4 and 10 in the next one? Is that the
yes. Yeah. Race 11, you've got 4 and 10.
All right. Let me look at those doubles. In on the wrong race. So yeah, you got the 4 is $3. Ugh. And hang on, that's the doubles. Hang on. The 4 is $5, and the 10 is $11. So look at that. So that, in a nutshell, is what I'm trying to do here with playing the Life is Good double into the next race. And it's kind of surprising too, because is Annapolis the 6?
Yeah, I believe so.
So even if you like Annapolis, which I like Annapolis too, but you're getting 5-1 on the 4 with Life is Good. You're getting 5-1 on the 4. You're getting 6-1 on Annapolis, and you're getting 11-1 on Stone Age. So that is how, if you like Life is Good here, and frankly, if you like Olympia, of course, Olympia is 9-5. That's playable for sure. But point is, how do you turn 4-5 into 11-1, or how do you turn 4-5 into 6-1? That's how, because I really like those two, and like I say, even those 3. You could play a double like the 6 over those 3, even, or a 6. I played the 6 over the 2 euros. Pound it. Come on, a $20 double. You're getting 5-1. I mean, come on. I think that's way too good.
Yeah, I mean, we sound like broken records, but this is how you make money when you've got, well, unless you've got a Matarea who doesn't win, and then you just bet the 17-1 long shot that should have gotten taken out. Hey, we're moving on. We moved on from that race. Texas Steph, thank you so much for the super sticker. Although there's no sticker, sometimes there's a sticker that actually shows up, so it didn't pop up here. I'm sorry.
I'm nervous.
Why?
This is the race, right? I got chills talking about it on Blinkers Off, and like, because you're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get your money's worth right here, because you're gonna have Life is Good turning for home in the lead, and you're gonna have Olympiad making his move there, and you're gonna have Hot Rod Charlie doing his thing. He's gonna be grinding, and it's just like, what more do you want? 3 of the best older horses, all class. This is a win you're in for the Breeders' Cup Classic. There you go, right on cue. And winning this, you go to the Classic. You don't even win. You're going to the Classic. A lot of these are. These are all Classic type horses, other than maybe Zoomer. But other than him, don't you think all 4 of those could easily be in the Classic, no matter win or lose here?
Yeah,
I will say this: Life is Good has the most riding on this race, because if he doesn't win here and he kind of falters, they may shift from the Classic talk. Although they seem very adamant about going towards the Classic, which to me is a big indication.
But then at that point, do you go back and try and defend the dirt mile, or do you just say this is as good as he's going to get breeding wise and retire him?
Oh no, I think you still go to the dirt mile or something.
What was it they said that one horse, the Corniche, threw a frog? All right, we're in the gate. Whitney Stakes. Here we go, and we're off. Beautiful break from
holy shit! Look at that break.
Did that not look like the Pegasus exactly, or what?
Okay, he has now gotten to where he's 3 lengths ahead of him before the turn. This, guys,
that was the Pegasus break.
This is over.
Well, listen, I'm not going to say that yet, because I'm still hurting from Matt Araya losing the test. But he looks comfortable. I mean, look at where they were at. Hot Rod Charlie in second. You expected him to be forwardly placed. Olympiad is not letting Life is Good out of his sights. Now, what's interesting, Life is Good, his, that one big loss that he had in America was here at Saratoga, but I don't think that people were using that. I don't think it was the track that bothered him that day, Jared.
He's open 5. Look at this. Now, let's see how fast he went here. He seems like he's flying.
46-4.
He's moving.
Alvarado on the backstretch backed way off on it with Olympiad, I noticed. He's going to gear up and try and make one run at him, but so there he is. Alvarado just pressed go on Olympiad.
Holy shit. Here we go. This is what we do, right? This is what we do it for right here. This stretch run.
Olympiad's not responding. Happy Saver is going to come up and pass him.
Yeah, it's not.
Charlie's making his move. Oh, and he just got to look back from Irad.
Good though. Come on,
He
Irad.
gave him a peek. Something. We're at the quarter pole.
Uh-oh.
Happy Saver on the inside. Happy Saver on the inside. Don't let him get in there, Irad. Don't let him get in there on you.
Uh-oh.
He's good. He's good. Don't let Happy Saver. There you go. Crossed him over. There you go. That was smart. And what did I say, Jared? I said a 6-5 straight exacta.
Boom!
Got it. Woo! Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Happy Saver comes through again. Hey, eat those sandals, Jesus. Come on, son.
Yes.
A phrase I never thought I would say. I never thought I would say that in my life, but he cruised. Guys, why? Why are you trying to beat this horse? By the way, Olympiad got destroyed. Oh, yeah. Nice. Very good, baby.
Based Outdoors, I love you. I'm just going to keep flipping these back and forth because you were saying it as the race was happening.
Let's see your next tweet or your next post there. Like, come on. What's your next one?
Oh, all right.
Olympiad,
my gosh. I'm just kidding. We love you, buddy. Holy
Olympiad
smokes.
His wheel was taken away by that, right? Just like we thought. I mean, he couldn't chase with him. Yep. And look at him. He the only horse he beat, guys, Zoomer.
Yeah, I mean,
and by the way, another case, Hot Rod Charlie ran a great race. He ran a great race. He just doesn't have what it takes to win one of these big ones.
All right, so if you're watching the reaction here, you should go watch our test stakes reaction because we have a commenter here, Jesus, who's been so great during the live show, was all over Matarrea and said he'd eat his sandals if she lost, and she lost. He was all against Life is Good. Life is Good wins. Jesus says, just crucify me again. Comment of the day right there.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if we're supposed to put that on there, but it's okay.
Venom says, Happy Saver ran a great race and should have come off that rail soon. I don't know. Johnny V should have seen that coming a mile away, that move, because it's Irad Ortiz Jr. and he's been racing they've been racing against each other for 10 years. Like, Johnny V should have known he was going to do that. He seemed surprised when he pulled up and moved over. Hey, there you go. The top two jockeys there, Puerto Rican power, Jorge Zayas says. All right, let's stop talking about this for a second. We need to go to the guy who was there live. Well, and then he pulled himself back out. So that was great. Aaron, do you want to come in or not? We're trying to talk about this race. I guess Aaron says no. All right, well, we'll come back to that in a second. All right, so Breeders' Cup winning, you're in for the Classic. That was a 1 1/8 race, Jared, and that's the hardest I've seen him have to work for a win. It looked a lot like the Dubai World Cup where he was just kind of struggling a bit. Look at him parked right in front of the TV. Jerry Bailey is right there getting a great view. He's doing that on purpose. That's awesome. Oh, that's so great. All right, so my point is, anyways, I'm sorry. Do you have concerns about him moving forward to the Classic? Because we saw him struggle at a Mount Quarter and lose in Dubai on a speed favoring track. He struggled a bit here at Saratoga.
I don't think so. It's still it's questionable, right? Because he got a little dicey for a second, and Happy Saver was right there, and obviously he's the biggest threat that wasn't in this race, right? Is like a flight line, or I guess you could argue another 3-year-old that could be coming late. But the thing is, he finds other gears, and the other thing is part of that is what he does early in these races. That's why he may be tired, but they can't get to him, and it's like what Nick Sko did, only on steroids, basically, because he puts them away early. Like what he did to Olympiad. It's exactly what I thought might happen. Olympiad was close early, right? And then that second quarter where he really sprinted away, Olympiad was like, fuck this. I'm not going with that horse. And it took the wheel out of him. And that's what happens to these really speedy horses on the front end. It's what Flightline likes to do. We'll see what he can do in the Pacific Classic. But I certainly don't think Mount Quarter. I guarantee you the Classic is still on course, but we'll see what Flightline does next before I decide if Life is Good or not.
Aaron, if you're joining us, Aaron is live at Saratoga. He's in the winner's circle. So if you can stop making people sick moving your camera around, that'd be fantastic, buddy. But he is going to try and get us some good views there of Life is Good and the crew coming in. Jared, that exacta 6.5 that I gave out, $14 for $1, and I played that for $5. Shout out to our buddy Crypto James, who was hurt by Matarrea, went double or nothing on a win bet with Life is Good. So did I. I said 3 to 5, 4 to 5, whatever, give it to me. we got 4 to 5 on him. I'm happy with that one, Jared.
Yeah, that's what we said before. Like that, if you want to make it value, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad that you cashed that, and hopefully, let's get Stone Age home, my top pick in the next race, and that gets 11-1 on my best bet. So how about that?
Listen, that would be fine. I am been a huge fan of the other Euroid here, Nation's Pride, but I do love both of them, Nation's Pride and Stone Age. I did play your best bet because you've been the hottest one of everybody in Dudes Who Bet Daily. So I played your double as well. So either Euro winning this is fine with me. They're both, I think, from a talent perspective, I think they're the two best horses in here. Can they get the trip? That's what hurt them in the Belmont Derby last time.
I need to break in here. The West Virginia Derby is running right now. We're not gonna.
Oh shit!
We can't show it legally, but I can tell you what's happening. We the People is currently getting passed by Skippy Longstocking as they enter the top of the stretch. Simplification is right behind them, and that's it really. It looks like Skippy Longstocking might win this thing, guys. He's passed him. They're battling. It's a 2-horse race down the stretch here between Skippy Longstocking and We the People. Skippy, let's see if We the People is going to battle back. Skippy's going to win here. Skippy Longstocking wins the West Virginia Derby at 7-2. How about that?
Congratulations to our friend and frequent commenter on our YouTube channel, Joseph Urbanowitz. He's been a huge fan of Skippy Longstocking ever since, what was it, going into the Belmont or the Preakness? One of those two races. I think it was the Preakness. He's been on him since then. So I hope he was telling us in the comments that we should play him.
7-6 and simplification. So it was a very chalky try. Was a top 3, and I think Homebrew maybe got 4th. He may have been 5th. The 4 was King Ottoman. Was close. Homebrew never rallied at all. So,
well, here's Life is Good, and look at all the fans cheering, the hats waving, people kissing babies. It's just a magical time out there, Saratoga.
Listen, there's nothing like it. We were there last year to see Knicks go win. There's nothing like it when these horses come back, and obviously when you cash a bet as well, that helps.
Where is he? Aaron, I wish you were not short. It'd be easier to see the horse.
I see the sky. It's pretty.
Yeah, pretty sky, and then the backs of people's heads. Is this what it's like being Aaron? Is this what his view is like? Either sky or backs of people's heads?
All right.
What a way to live.
By the way.
There's Jason Hommel. Aaron, you want to talk to us? No, he just left. He just rage quit on us.
I'm just me now. Hey, the will pays $100 for the $1 double to the 10 pays $13.90. $660 on the 4, who's the favorite, and $780 for Annapolis. So I got the 4 and I've got the 10 in my best bet, and obviously hammered that. So yeah, a $20 double there would be nice.
Listen, I'm not going to hate on that. Yeah, screw it. Let's root for this. I need to get back as much of that meta ray of money as I can. Let's go for the 10 here. This one. But we're looking at 410 there. Well, let's go ahead and move forward now. We can. I think we wrapped up everything with the Whitney Stakes pretty well. We move on. The Saratoga Derby, the final Grade 1 race of this just epic day of racing. If you've been with us so far, thank you so much. Stick with us a little bit longer. We got one more race, and it's the best betting race on the card, Jared. Stolen Base ends up scratching out, but we still have a field of 10 in here. Plenty of horses you've been following the turf circuit that you recognize. How about Ethereal Road showing up here for the coach, the 11 horse? What did you think about this horse showing up here? He does have a little bit of turf pedigree in the background.
Classic Lucas, right? I think he, I saw some quotes basically from Lucas like, hey, worth a try. He's like basically said not expecting him to win, but see how he likes it kind of thing. He didn't say that, but along the lines of that. And so, yeah, I mean, do I expect him to win? No, but I will agree with you. He's bred nicely for the turf, and clearly the dirt's not working out. So let's see if we can switch to turf and maybe underneath. Like he's got that late kick, maybe underneath if he likes the turf and he comes flying late. We both think, I think you and I both agree the pace is going to be red hot in here with Emmanuel and Classic Causeway setting it up for some of these closers. And I mean, shit, if he can't get up there and get second or third, I mean, not impossible, right?
No, it's not impossible. What the hell are we looking at now? I don't know who that was. Aaron. Oh boy, you gotta love him. So one question that's coming up here. I agree with your points on Ethereal Road too. It's take a shot. By the way, we all said about Classic Causeway when he went to Belmont Derby. What the hell is Kenny McPeak doing? He took a shot and it worked out for him. It's Sylvain, good to see you, buddy. Sylvain wants to know, with the rain, is that going to help the Euros? Let's talk about that. Your horse, the 10 Stone Age, did have 2 very nice wins in Ireland on courses that were rated good. I don't really, it says it's firm, the turf. There is going to be a little bit of moisture to it, but you would think that these horses from Ireland, especially, they train in the rain, so they're used to it. Yeah,
it doesn't. I mean, I don't think it certainly doesn't hurt their chances. Let's put it that way. I'm not looking at it like, oh, well, I'm, if you say you were between Stone Age and, Annapolis or something, I don't think it does enough for you to be like, now I'm swaying it to Stone Age. But I do think they're not going to not like it, right? So I definitely add that to the factors that you're getting a softer track. And, I picked Stone Age here purely from the fact that you got to remember, this horse was damn near the favorite of the, Kazoo Derby, Epsom Derby, basically.
Yeah.
Obviously, they thought this horse was very good. Ship him over here. The horse, Ryan Moore, gives one of the more head-scratching rides you'll ever see from a world-class jockey. Gets Johnny V aboard now. I think there's more to happen that can happen with this one. I think the same with the 4. I mean, both of those horses, Classic Causeway got that easy. Both those horses were flying late. Now you get a little pace to run into. The 6 is the only danger, in my opinion. I don't think you have to play past those 3.
Yeah, great point. Greg even echoes it. He says, I
agree. I agree. Buick is a huge factor for me as well. The fact that the regular jockey is back aboard. So yeah, that's why I'm using the 4 as well. I'll be honest with you. I kind of expected Annapolis to be the favorite, to go off the favorite. So I thought playing the 4 and the 10 made more sense, but the 4 is getting pounded. I know you like Nation's Pride. That's your top pick, isn't it?
It was my pick in the Epsom Derby, my pick in the Belmont Derby. Why not my pick in the Saratoga
Eventually you'll
Derby?
get there, I think.
Appleby just doesn't really lose that often. When he came over for the Belmont Derby that day, you remember he had Nation's Pride, and then a horse you're familiar with, We the Moonlight, in the Saratoga Oaks tomorrow on Sunday. Jared did the preview. You can check that out later tonight on racingdudes.com. Horse, I thought they were each the best horse in those races, and they each got second. So now they're coming back, and I think we're definitely getting a pace set up that favors Nation's Pride. If Emmanuel doesn't scratch out of the Belmont Derby, we have Nation's Pride and Stone Age battling to the wire in an epic photo finish that we're just losing our minds as horse players and as fans of the sport. So, if you put Emmanuel into that factor, now we have him in here. I respect Annapolis, but I have this feeling those Euros are going to sweep by him late.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with him. And frankly, I took a little bit, not to spoiler alert, but for the race tomorrow, the Saratoga Oaks is tomorrow. I took a little bit of a similar approach with McCulloch. Like, okay, I'm going to just I think the Euro might be better, a little bit better. So I don't know, Jesus. It's Nation's Pride. I don't know what to think of. I mean, your tips. Maybe you should just focus on,
From what I understand, Jesus seems to be a European, probably based in England, the way he's excited about William Buick here. So, maybe he's just not good at dirt horses. The 2 races he's been dead wrong about were dirt races. Maybe turf is where Jesus is really best. A man from the deserts and, of Galilee is going to be best with turf racing. Figure that one out.
Yeah.
Nick wants to talk about royal patronage a little bit. A horse who's interesting that stayed in America after the Belmont Derby. Graham Motion takes over and has 2 in here. Rosario picks up the mount. Jared, this is a horse that I remember going into Belmont Derby, did a lot of research on, and just loves to be a front runner. And I don't know, like I did think about this. What Feldman says is that they try a new tactic here and try and bring him from off the pace, have that stalking spot like Annapolis. It does worry me, but there's nothing in the horse's back performances, Jared, that says he's going to do it. So that's why I left him off. But what do you think about this horse?
Nick, I'll tell you, he was my biggest fear in terms of playing the 2 Euro. I only played the 2 Euros, and he's kind of a Euro, I guess. But he was the one where I was like, because I looked at him a little bit in the Belmont Derby. I thought he was interesting, but I was like, well, first start with Grand Motion, who doesn't necessarily hit at a big number with first starters coming over here. So I played against, which obviously worked out. But Rosario back aboard, maybe he needed that race. 16-1 is more than fair off that 10-1 morning line. So I would not talk you off of him. Again, it kind of feels a little bit like a Breeders' Cup race in a sense. Like I like to go Euros and some of the turf races, and he's quote unquote he is a turf or he is a Euro, right? So I wouldn't be against playing him at a price. I clearly am taking a stand against Annapolis, and that could backfire because he certainly could win. But and by the way, 7-2 is more than playable on him if you like him. Like 7-2 is nice. I kind of thought he would be the favorite, and the fact that he's not being super bet is a little bit of a head scratcher as well. You're muted, dude.
There are 2 other pletchers that are in here. You have the Euro. I think there are a lot of Trip Notes people who are not specifically that company, but people who are big Trip Notes players that are going to look back and see the same thing that you and I did. And a lot of people, the 4 and 10 were fantastic. It just got screwed over by Classic Causeway having a lone speed. I think William Buick coming over, I think, caught a lot of people's attention too. That's Appleby's top rider anywhere he goes. William Buick is an absolutely phenomenal rider. And so the fact that now he shows up after Frankie Dettori, who's really fallen from grace this year, couldn't get a win last time. I think that's really what's tipping a lot of people, Jared, and for good reason. It's like if John Velasquez rode Stone Age last time and Ryan Moore is on him here, that horse is the 2-1 favorite for the same reason.
Yeah. No, I think that's a huge, dude, Appleby and Buick hit for 75% over here. It's like when they bring a horse over together, you pay attention, right? Yeah. And so that's a huge, and he ran well. It's not like he didn't run back. It's not like he ran poorly in the Belmont Derby. He just didn't quite get there to a horse that made no sense whatsoever. And people forget, like, Emmanuel was in that race originally, got scratched out late. It was a weird scratch. Now he's in. Emmanuel and Classic Causeway. I just don't see a way around. Even if one gets the lead over the other, they're both going to want to get to the lead, and that's gonna create a very fast pace, I think, on the front end. Don't search for anything inappropriate because we're watching your screen.
Oh, you are? My bad. I was looking for the Belmont Derby replay. I was trying to find it. It's impossible to find right now.
There you go. I'll take you off in case you want to look.
Thank you. I forgot I had the whole.
We should have left it on just to see what he looked up, guys. That would have been great. I don't trust what he might have found.
It's the work computer, Jared.
He is on the company computer, so yeah. You save your other stuff for your private one. I got you.
The little guy right there, yeah. All right, yeah, here's the Belmont Derby. God, it was so frustrating after the fact, realizing that if Emmanuel had been in this race, it could have oh well. But yeah, so we've got a lot of horses coming from this. Side Dog is a horse that I used in my dead pick 5 ticket, but is definitely one that I liked as well. He was closing from dead last in this field, and that didn't work out as well for him either. And so for him to come pretty close, it's gonna be good. So here we go into the first turn. Classic Causeway's got Royal Patronage a little bit. I think if they try to do this with Royal Patronage again, it's definitely suicide. So you could see him coming back, like what Nick said.
Yeah, there's no way. Well, now they have someone to do it for him, so you just don't need to even mess with it. And, clearly that did not work out well. Yeah, you go back and watch this race. It's frustrating for sure, to say the least. Yeah, this is Classic Causeway just got away with murder on the front end.
And Side Dog is last. He's the 12th horse, all the way in the back there.
Yeah.
He's going to make a nice move.
I really wanted to like Side Dog last time out. I don't think he ran terrible, but I don't see him I still don't see him turning the tables here. Look at this. I mean, they were all bunched up and no one really wanted to get to Classic Causeway. It wasn't like they ran incredibly fast. He just kind of cruised on the front end.
Yeah, I mean, 112, when you see that 112, it's not the first quarter mile. If you're watching this and don't know, it's not the first quarter mile that matters. It's what do they do in the middle of the race. If you go fast early, slow in the middle, fast late, that's how a speed horse, that's how Justify won the Kentucky Derby, right? So they turn for home. And if you got, here comes, these are the horses right here. Look at them coming. They're trying. Come on. And you see Classic Causeway, he's got too much energy left. I mean, it's a perfect ride from, I think, was it Julian who was aboard? I forget who was aboard, but it's a perfect ride. Look at this. A whole wall of horses. You've got Side Dog sitting in the middle there. You've got Nation's Pride. Oh, it hurts to watch back. Stone Age.
Yeah, that was late Peru that day, so he's back. So, yeah, I mean, just watching that back again gives me more confidence that it's going to be one of these turfers or one of the Euros, the Nation's Pride or Stone Age. I like both of them. They both closed well that day. Just like you said, just couldn't get to them. Now, I will say this on the flip side, and Halterman kind of alluded to this on Blinkers Off this week, where it's like, if they couldn't get to Classic Causeway, how good are they? And that's a fair argument. I'm still going with the idea that it was alone speed that did it, but yeah, I mean, maybe they aren't very good. If they can't win two of these races that they ship over for, then maybe they aren't.
Right. And I think that kind of went into partially your daily double bet that was your best bet. Life is Good into the 4 and the 10 here is that you can't imagine these Euros going 0 for 4. Like that's just, I mean, they're already 0 for 2 with close finishes, but he can't see these horses going 0 for 4.
No. I can't, but yeah, I just don't think our turfers are good enough to beat these 2 Euros twice, like you said.
Michelle brings up a good point. The only jockey who can pull up these upsets on the turf is Manny Franco, who is on the 8-horse Side Dog at 16-1. As one of those horses that just needs to get clean running. If he can get a clean trip, I swear he's going to win a big race someday. He just has trouble with getting tips. Is a Son of Slumber. Do you remember Slumber? One of the first horses Saul Cumin ever bought for Chad Brown. That was before my time. But Son of Slumber right there, Side Dog, owned by Saul Cumin as well.
Kevin, yes. So the plan is for the dudes to be there for the Travers. Our boy Kelly's shipping out a horse for the Travers, 8 Life Grand, and we're like, you know what? We're shipping with them. So that's the plan. We're going to be out there for the Travers to see 8 Life Grand. Just a fun experience, obviously, to see a good friend have a horse in the race, and excited for them. So yeah, we'll definitely be there. And you had me at happy hour. That's all you had to say.
Let's pivot a little bit. We got a good point here we got 11 minutes to post, so Aaron should be coming on soon. Give us one more live track feed.
You may have forgot about this race. You never know.
Let me text him real quick too.
he's already in the car. It's like, oh shit, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I'll text him. He said, I'm trying to get your pictures like you asked for. Venom wants to know, since the kind of what you were saying and what Aaron was saying is that if they couldn't catch Classic Causeway, maybe they aren't that good. So from a new shooter perspective, look at the board. Who do you like? Is it Side Dog?
Well, is he a new shooter since he ran the Belmont Derby?
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, sorry. I forgot he was.
I mean, if we're talking new shooter, it's Annapolis, and it's not close. I mean, I think that's, if you're talking new shooter, if you're looking for a prize, it's Annapolis. I don't know. I can't quite get there with any of these new, quote unquote, new shooters. I'm not going to say Ethereal Road. Although, how funny would it be if we, in both of these legs, we had a first time turfer 3-year-old, win this. Of course, they're all 3-year-olds, but first time turf horse and then another first time turf horse beat the Euros again. That'd be pretty funny. But no, I mean, Annapolis is the new quote unquote new shooter, the only new shooter in here that I feel like could win this thing. And that's another reason why I'm like, yeah, surely Nation's Pride or Stone Age can get this done this time, right?
Well, I know we're hoping for that to happen.
By the way, I gotta add this. Like, I sent out a tweet about how we feeling about Life is Good in the Classic, and it's just blowing up. So it's very hot button. We'll have to rewatch that replay, go through that, see what the number came back. But I can tell you from first look and from based on the opinions of, what the general consensus, people are wondering how far that horse can go after that.
Hey, listen, it's very believable. Well, that's a bigger discussion for a bigger day. Aaron's here. He's got the live feed going from Saratoga one last time. Let's see how many more dabs we can get for Aaron. You guys want? Let's play an over-under game.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the show.
So it's a big field, so there's gonna be a lot of people coming by. I'm gonna set the over/under at 7.5 dabs from this race.
Over. That's the easiest bet of the day, right? Over 7.5. Come on, dab. Hey, you got to get the knuckles, Halterman. Make it happen.
Come on. Nobody roots for the under. That's like kissing your sister. All right, there's the one horse for George Weaver main event. Probably going to be a speed factor, if nothing else, from the rail, especially. The number 2 Grand Sonata, we've seen the Pletcher horses running well. The first of 3 he has in here. A horse that could hit third. I saw it hammer the over. I saw Kevin mentioning that. The 3 Emmanuel, not with Irad Ortiz riding this time. It's Flavien Prat. That's worth noting. There's the 4 Nations Pride. About to get a dab from his big ass. Wow.
Yeah, Halterman, watch out.
The 5 Stolen Base scratch. 6 is Annapolis, the most likely winner from the new shooters. Irad Ortiz choosing to ride him over Emmanuel here, worth noting. 7 Royal Patronage, see what Rosario does tactic-wise. The other Grand Motion, 8 Dog. Can he get a clean trip? Classic Causeway and Julian Le Peru being bet down 5-1 now, Jared. So a lot of people, as Mike Somich says, might be paying for a funeral. There's your boy, the 10 Stone Age. How's he look?
He looks like he's ready to run.
Yeah. Oh, look at Charlie Appleby signing autographs. Oh, Aaron, can you get a dab from my man?
Get a dab from Appleby. Get a dab.
Dude,
from
Appleby. Get a dab from Appleby. I'll give you a win for the rest of the day.
On.
Nope. Nah, he didn't get him. He was on the other side. It's okay. I met Charlie Appleby a couple of times. That guy, he's such a nice guy. Yeah, such a nice guy. All right, we got. I forgot. We still had Ethereal Road. I thought we were done. What was he doing?
Don't forget about there. There's Bass.
Yeah, try and get kicked by a live horse, Aaron. Oh, there's Maggie. Get a dab from Maggie. No.
Oh, she looked at you. She looked at you.
She did. It's
all right, here we go. Here's the moment of truth.
Come on, Aaron.
What's the number? 7.5?
7.5. Aaron, you're letting people go by. What's happening here?
Dude, you got to at least try. There's one.
This is not a percentage game, okay?
He's not even trying, I feel like.
Aaron, what are you doing? Stop vaping and get your arm out. There you go. Yeah, get the intern's arm out.
That's not his arm, but that's somebody's arm.
That's the intern. There you go. All right, here we go. There we go. 3, 4. Keep it going. 5. There we go. Let's keep it going.
Come on. You got the over. Come on.
Wait, who's shooting this? Oh, the intern's shooting. Okay.
6.
There we go. 6. Who's the other person? Is that Vinny?
I don't know.
That
I'm only counting one of them.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think that's Vinny over there. Oh, get the little girl. Get the little girl in the yellow dress.
Little girl. That's worth 2. Oh, yeah.
8. We did it. 7 and 8 with the 2 little girls.
7, and there's an 8.
There it is.
Oh,
we did it. We did it, everybody. All right. Well, that's been fun. Thanks for joining Racing Dudes Live, and we'll see. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Whoa.
No.
Hey.
Whoa. You got the side-eye treatment there, my friend. Man. There. That's good measure. We got it. Man. That girl
there's some nice pants.
You, by the way, whoever she was looking at.
There you go. Ricky got one. Aaron got denied, but Ricky got one.
I think we have a new concept. We don't even watch the shows. We just wait for them to walk out, and we just bet on how many nucks we can get. Kevin says smack the hand phone on Burns. Yeah, the little girls were 2, so that was a big one. There you go.
Kevin says even Ethereal Road was confused why he's going out for a turf race.
That was great. That was great.
That's a great one.
Man.
All right, let's focus back here. We got 4 minutes to post. God, you're right, Jared. That's a new thing. We got to do this more often. If you liked Emmanuel, 14-1. Wow. He is really getting ignored. Yeah, if you like Emmanuel, I mean, you're happy about the price, but nobody likes Emmanuel.
He's got I guess the one thing I will say about Emmanuel is there's, obviously, ran the Bluegrass, ran the Fountain Youth, obviously was a Derby type horse. Could have got in, frankly, based off all the scratches. Maybe he should have, so that way, Rich Strike didn't get in. But anyways, Pennine Ridge, he goes to the turf, tries turf and runs. It runs well, goes gate to wire in that thing, but not a lot of pace presence, and obviously you get it here. So the most frustrating thing that could happen out of this race is Emmanuel goes gate to wire. And you're like, really? Because you're just assuming that him and Classic Causeway are just going to blaze each other out. But what if Emmanuel's like a really good turf horse and we just don't, we're just finding that out here. So I don't know. I'm not playing him, but he would be the most frustrating horses to win here.
It would be frustrating because I don't know I could even point to it and say that makes sense. Because the one time that he didn't get the lead out of the gate early was the Fountain of Youth, and was, he stuck a little wide, but it was just a terrible race for him to not be able to have the lead in the first place. So it'd be essentially got to be some sick poetic justice though, right? The horse that got scratched out of the Belmont Derby and caused that horse to win, then goes ahead and wins this. That'd just be a big old middle finger.
Jared, I'm not sure I should post what you put on here in the comments, but I'm laughing at it.
I laughed so hard I had to catch myself because
I'm dying. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, should I post that or not? I guess I'm not, but very well done. I appreciate that. And I agree. The $25 on Classic Causeway, and I got 25 on Stone Age to win straight. All right. Okay. I like the Stone Age one for sure. Both of them really. I mean, I guess let's go to Classic Causeway a little bit. I know 5-1 off of that 8-1 morning line, but is it possible, Magic, that we are undervaluing what he did in the Belmont Derby?
I don't think so. I mean, we covered the Kentucky Derby Trail so extensively, and we knew what this horse was from a talent perspective, and there's a reason that they kept running him at Tampa. And then when he goes to the Florida Derby, doesn't run well. Kentucky Derby wasn't terrible, but it still wasn't really ever in contention. It was a race built for closers, and he didn't, he was 13th early and 11th at the finish. So we know what he is from a talent perspective. He likes to go to the lead and try and hold on. Julien Leparoux is one of the best jockeys in the country at doing that, and especially on turf. I feel like he gets consistently undermined because of that. But all right, we got him going to the gate here. Final choices here. 2-1 is holding on the 4-horse Nation's Pride. 7-2 on Stone Age. Are we sticking with our boys? 4-10.
Yep. 7-2, 2-1. I'll stick to Stone Age. You stick to 4, but I don't really care. Either one of those get home, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Listen, if you've been joining us, thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. We got this last race here, and then we'll wrap things up. But it's been a heck of a couple hours here. Some good, some bad. And some dabs, lots of dabs. Boy, nice getting bagged heavily. Did you mean backed possibly? So I'm asking. Sometimes they put like a blanket on. No, they are backing him pretty heavily. You're right. Yeah. Nick says top pick is I know you like Royal Patronage, and if somebody's going to screw this thing up, it's going to be Joel Rosario.
We need this to get in though, because I've been empty since the Whitney, and I'm struggling over here. You got a cooler, don't you? Smart man.
I know. I just brought 2 of them because I knew it was a 2-beer day.
more. All
right, we're in the gate. Ethereal Road, last one in. And we're off.
There goes.
Are they all going to watch Classic Causeway go? My God.
Apparently, Flavian has no interest in getting the manual to the lead. That's smart. Okay. Are you serious right now?
Jose gave up the rail on the 1. That didn't make sense. Nation's Pride is going to be 3rd, like we all drew up, right? Emmanuel behind Nation's Pride into the first turn. and by the way, Stone Age 3 wide in the first turn. Not an ideal spot for him, but Look at how forward they place these two horses. Jared, this isn't where they usually run.
No. Now, I will say this. Nation's Pride, and especially Stone Age, more forwardly placed horses than certainly Stone Age than maybe most Euros are that come over here. So Stone Age does show early speed. Didn't show last time, but I like the position there. And they're only going 29. Look at that, 29-2.
That can't be right. That time can't be right.
If they are, they're in trouble because Classic Causeway might be. Here we are. We all thought this was going to be 50. No, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, because that was in the 22-second. Yeah, that first quarter was. I mean, they're still going slow. Let's look at where Royal Patronage is at. This horse was second pressing Classic Causeway last time, and he's a part of that big gap.
Guys, they're in trouble. Classic Causeway is getting the exact same setup here.
Yep. Nation's Pride is being asked, and he's not really given. I mean, he's.
There you go. It's 4 or it's 4-10.
Do not let this horse do this again. Do not let this horse do it. Come on, Nation's Pride.
Come on,
get in there. Get in there, 4. Come on, 4.
Yeah.
Get up there, 4.
Who is
now? Hold off Annapolis.
Oh, he got
Annapolis is a little green, but he's good. All right, this 4's got it. Come on, hold it on, Nation's Pride. Hold it on, buddy. Don't fall off, Buick. There we go. All right, there we go. Jared Welch with the double. $20 is what I played that for. Life is Good into Stone Age. And what is that paying, Mr. Welch?
That was, I think it was like 7-1, something right there, 6-1.
I'm sorry, Nation's Pride. I said the wrong horse's name. I got too excited.
Okay, I knew what you meant. I don't care. That was nice. I'm glad that you had Nation's Pride as your top play. He looked really good. You know, Stone Age kind of spun his wheels yet again. And Annapolis showed that he's good, maybe not great. But, dude, they about let Classic Causeway get away with murder again. Because I think he held on. No, he didn't. He got third, didn't he?
I think he got third there. Royal Patronage and Side Dog, both right there in the photo for fourth. Listen, great efforts from a lot of the top horses there. Stone Age, to your credit, Stone Age got hung out to dry 3 wide going in that first turn, and that might have cost him a little bit there. But you're right, he did right here on the replay. He's spinning his wheels as Annapolis pulls away from him, so seemed a little toasted there. But boy, William Buick, where is it? I saw Jake Howell say William Buick is a beast. Based Outdoors, he didn't have the Life is Good thing right last race, but he was definitely right about calling this one. I thought the 10 was in perfect position, and it just didn't have it, but a very nice run from the 4 Nations Pride. Wow, 2-1. This is why that horse was 2-1, Mike. We talked about it. We really thought Annapolis was going to be favored, but nope.
Yeah, that was kind of telling there. Yeah, the 4 was paying like 660. It was actually the favorite in the doubles over Annapolis. 660 was the probable there on the 4. So yeah, you found a way to get almost 7-1 on that sequence there. And Life is Good, basically. So that's going to be nice for our little due to bet daily number there. Even though we didn't do so hot on everyone else on the best bets, getting $660, $7 or so to 1, that'll be great.
I'm very excited to see this. It's interesting. We're not going to be here for the last race at Saratoga. Boy, if Matt Araya had held on there, I'd be alive to a lot of stuff, as would a lot of our listeners and stuff. So we're really sorry we couldn't get her home in the test, but it's been great. All right, Jared, final thoughts for the Saratoga Derby before we get Aaron Halterman back on. We're waiting for him to show up too, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we found out that maybe these are good, not great horses. Even the Euro side, I don't know that Nation's Pride is like a top contender in terms of the turf Euros that would be coming over here, but I think Annapolis is pretty good. I don't think that he's like a turf star. He is a good horse, don't get me wrong, but to win a race like this and Classic Causeway, I think he showed that. I think he was a little bit in between being a fluke last time and maybe he's pretty good on turf, because that was a pretty good effort. Although once again, they let him cruise. I think the danger or the biggest takeaway here is you cannot let that horse on the front end, because he's going to win. And he did it last time. And he damn near won again,
I mean, at the top of this stretch, Kenny McPeak had to be laughing his ass off. Like, I'm going to do this twice to you guys. Like, I mean, and he didn't give up. He's got heart. We saw that in the Ohio Derby, even where he got past, but didn't give up too bad behind Tawnyport. So let's see. Nation's Pride is official, pays $620 to win. And yeah, $14.60 for the dollar exacta. The daily double $660. Really nice efforts there. That pick 3 for $1 pays almost $129. And that dollar grand slam, Jared, that you and I talked about, pays $10.80.
There you go. Hey, you cashed it though.
I lost money on it. Glad I played it.
Hey,
no, wait. I think I'll have to go back and check. I don't know if I actually lost money there or not, but it was fun. Thank you, everybody who joined us. We really appreciate you guys when you got here. But we've been doing this for just about 2 hours. Vishal, thank you. And Bronner, appreciate you. Lori Switzer, well, definitely says thanks for putting the guide together. Thank you, guys. If you bought the guide, I know you're going to be thanking us for a while because we made you some money. But thank you for joining us. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/racingdudes. And at youtube.com/racingdudes in about half an hour, Jared's preview for the Saratoga Oaks is going to be live. So we've already got to run it back tomorrow, Sunday at Saratoga. But Jared, final thoughts before we get out of here, buddy.
Well, hey, you know what? Let's hope we can get some that Euro love going into tomorrow as well with the Philly and the Oaks. So yeah, I mean it's just a great day all I mean, obviously the Matt Torreya thing, which that's still blowing up on Twitter. Life is good, did what we thought he would do. Maybe was less impressive. You could argue that. We'll see. We'll kind of go digest that, have some time to digest that.
Yeah.
What this means for the Classic. I think that where he ranks, that will be interesting as well. Of course, we got Pacific Classic coming up here pretty soon with Flightline. But yeah, I mean, it was a great day. Not hard to beat. And the big horses showed up and they threw it out there. So I'm happy happy with the results. And and by the way, so happy. Thank you everybody that tuned in. Thank you everybody that played the guide and cashed in with us. I mean, let's be honest. If you cashed in early, you didn't give a shit what happened later in the card. You were just there to watch because you're playing with house money now.
You saw Matt Araya lose and you went, that sucks.
Yeah. Oh well.
Thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back for the next time we have we'll definitely be doing something like this for the Travers. It might just be me here and everybody else at the track, but we'll be doing something for the Travers. We'll try and do this more often. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. One more time, leave us a like, subscribe to youtube.com/racingdudes, and we will see you next time.
If you do not agree with this, you're cursed.